Hey guys, it's Chris Niccolls here from PetaPixel, and if you've been watching the show for a few years, you probably know this about me. I'm not a big fan of the 35mm focal length. In fact, in the past, I've probably even used the H word a few times. Like, I don't know, this is my hill to die on, but this year, I've really been making an effort to shoot more 35mm lenses, and I'm like not sleeping at night. I'm tossing and turning because I feel like there's this internal struggle. Do I really hate 35mm lenses as much as I thought? Is it me? Or is it you? Or is it me? So today I find myself out here exploring small town Alberta. We're in Diamond Valley. I always love this place. And I've got a really cool opportunity to maybe get over some of my stubbornness and play with another 35mm lens, because thanks to Meike sponsoring this video, they've sent me this 35mm 1.8 Pro series. I want to make it clear this is not a lens review. It's just a neat opportunity to try more 35mm lenses, and just see what the experience is like and share that with you, and maybe just see if my ways have been narrow and I can open up my horizons. I do like the sort of backlight here on this flower. It's giving it a little bit of a glow, and I mean this lens is getting me fairly close here. I like this shot. Oh yeah, we're getting nice detail close up. So I love wandering around and finding these little scenes. Like that's a sweet Bronco, I have to say. But like, shooting these little towns and shooting street photography in general, 35mm is good because it does give you like a little bit more of the story. It's just a great way to show a little bit more of what's going on. And I have to say, like, normally when I shoot street photography, I like 50s, or even more actually, I like 85mm lenses. That's like my go-to. But I am starting to accept that as much as I still think that's a great way to go, it's a narrow viewpoint, not just figuratively, but literally, right? Like it's a tighter shot all the time, and you're not seeing a lot more of the story. And maybe I like that more simple kind of rendering of cutting things out, but I'm starting to figure out that sometimes a bit more of the story is not a bad thing, so. I'm struggling. 35s are great for pretentious bull. 100%. It's the lens of the false auteur. I think people usually love 35mm because it's a versatile lens choice to kind of like, I don't know why they like it. I don't know. They just say they like it. I think they just like it because they think they like it. I think it comes from like a very deep-seated elitist bull kind of attitude about how 50mm are too pedestrian. That's like the common start that everybody starts with, but you still want something normal. So your only other choice is to go either 35 or like 75, but then 75s for portrait photographers and stuff, so they go back to it. So we're gonna take a little jaunt down to the Sheep River and have a look. It's always nice this time of year. Just in general, walking around with this little Meike Pro Series 35mm 1.8, I'm liking the handling. It's got this nice little plastic hood. I like that it indicates where it locks in place, seems to be pretty solid. And I do like that there's a little bit of a grip there to actually get your fingers on it. Manual focus ring is turning smooth. I like that. I do get a selector switch to cut the focus off and on. And we do get an aperture ring, which is really nice on a lens this price. Also, it's rugged. I mean, we've got weather sealing here. We got a nice gasket all the way around, and that protects that USB-C port so you get all your firmware updates. Two things that I think are working for me now is like having, first off, a more positive experience about just shooting a 35mm in general. Ooh, I think I got it. And second, not shooting it the way that I shoot 50s and 85s, where I'm looking for that tighter composition that's got all the elements I want. Here, I'm finding I'm just breaking my tendencies and getting a little bit closer to things. This Meike 35mm 1.8 gives me nice shallow depth of field so I can separate my subject from the background, just push it into softness, but also getting closer and just pushing that background further away. I feel like I'm having a more positive experience with this lens. So lately I've been playing with a lot of 35mm f1.4s and f1.2s, but sometimes you just want something small and lightweight, and I think this is doing a great job at that. 58mm filters on the front, light and affordable, easy to find, but also this is only 400 grams, so it's not a burden to carry around. And I just think if you're doing like travel, like if you're doing a walk around on a hot day like today, you just want to kind of have something lighter and easier to carry, this absolutely fits the bill. I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at Southern Alberta and this look at the brand new Meike 35mm f1.8 Pro Series. I hope you had fun. I actually have to admit I did have fun with this little lens. I mean, I like the optical performance. It was fun and lightweight to use, and I had a good experience today. And so then I start to think to myself, you know, am I really so dead set on liking 50 mils or 85mm lenses? Is the problem me? You know, like if I crack open a fortune cookie tonight, is it going to say like, you must look deep within yourself? Or, you know, if I ask a magic 8-ball, am I the problem? Maybe is it going to say very likely? I don't know, but I have to admit 35mm lenses, they're pretty versatile. I like the photos I got today, and I can see why a lot of people enjoy the experience. In the end, I think more introspection is absolutely required, but I appreciate you guys sticking around with me for this episode. Big thanks again to Meike for sponsoring this and also for letting me play with this new lens. I did actually have a really good time with it. Click the link in the description below if you want to learn more about this lens. I'm Chris Niccolls. This is PetaPixel. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.